Hey guys, so if you have longer dress shirts and you don't want to take them to the tailor or have a sewing machine and want to just shorten them and wear them untucked, this video is going to be for you. As you can tell in this little preview, this is kind of the before and after of what is about to happen. So here's what you're going to need. So the thing you're going to need in this tutorial is this iron-on fusing web. You can get this at Walmart or Target or any craft store for less than $3. This is the best thing that's going to happen to you before a sewing machine. So just to preface before I actually start the tutorial, first thing I would recommend trying this on an old or cheap shirt first. This tutorial only will hem the length and will not tailor the sides or anything. It's strictly length, so you can wear your shirt untucked or however you want. Next, this is semi-permanent, so this is much easier than sewing obviously, but just be aware that this is going to be semi-permanent. Another thing is that you're going to want to hand wash this first instead of throwing in the washing machine. Washing machine's too aggressive, so you're definitely going to hand wash your clothes after you do this. And last thing, you're definitely going to want to try this or do this on a dark colored shirt, because you could probably see through a lighter colored shirt like a white or something like this light blue, but it didn't turn out too bad. So yeah, here we are with the tutorial finally. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just iron out the bottom of your shirt. You don't want to be working on a super wrinkled shirt, so be sure to do that. Now what you're going to want to do is take your ruler and kind of measure out what length you want. I wear a small. This was initially 32 inches from the neck to the bottom, and I feel like around 29 inches is perfect for wearing it untucked. Again, that's for a small, so it might differ for other sizes. Now this part is the most important. You're going to want to take the excess length that you want and kind of just fold it over, and you want to make sure it's rounded a little bit. And this is essentially creating your crease for the hem. This is essentially going to be the hem. So you want to be careful, and once you're for sure that's what you want to do, you take your iron and kind of just iron over it so it creates that little seam, or would be seam if you were sewing, but that would be the seam, and that's kind of how long the shirt would be. So make sure it's perfect. You're definitely going to want to take your time, take more time than I did because I kind of just did it. So yeah. So right here you can see I'm just kind of doing on the other side, making sure that I took a little more time on this side. As you can tell, it's a little more rounded. Right by the buttons, I was sure to press over it a few times. And here you have it at the back as well, making sure it's rounded. This is kind of the most important since it's such a big surface. You're going to want to make sure it's rounded. So once you have the fold that you want and it's ironed in and you tried it on and everything, this is where the tape comes in. You take your scissors and kind of just cut the right amount of what you want to have ironed on. There you go. If you could see that right there, boom. I'm going to do a second piece also just for security as well. And once that is done, you're going to want to fold it back over and just iron it on. The iron setting that you're going to want to put this on, it's on the back tab of the instructions for the tape cartridge, but I left it around the cotton a little past dry, like with something that you want more wet. You also want to steam it too. I don't know if you could tell in the video, but there's some steam coming up just to make sure that it's on there good. And you could tell I'm just double checking to make sure that it's stuck on there and it's on there pretty securely. And here we go with the length. This is kind of the most important part. You're going to want to get it near that bend, near that seam, near that iron, whatever you want to call it. You want to cut out the right length, and the best thing is tape so you can angle it, so when you get those weird edges you could just angle it off. And you want to make sure it's right by the hem right there. You see I'm taking my time looking under. And then you're going to see as well that because it's like kind of like a semicircle, some of the fabric is going to crisp up, which is fine. You just want to iron down the seam, make sure that is flat, because that's what people are going to see. No one's going to see above that. So make sure you do that. There you go. Shout out my vintage iron one time. And here you go. I'm just doing it on all sides now. The back is where you're going to want to be the most careful, obviously. So as you can see in this clip now, it's secured at the hem, and you could stop right here if you want, but if the length is too long like mine on the back, you're going to want to kind of put a second layer towards the top. It doesn't matter where you put it, you just want to make sure it's secured. If you know what I mean. I didn't film it, but you just want to add more tape where necessary, just so there's no extra fabric drooping. So that basically wraps up the video. Hopefully this helped. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to be aware of all the risks when you're doing this. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Thanks for watching again. Be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. Peace out, guys.